All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rechakodash, double honors to the apostle, elders, great millstone, and salutes on street brothers out there, preachers, word, sharing the truth. All right, got this article here from Barron's. It says, China, Brazil strike deal to ditch dollar for trade. Okay. China and Brazil have reached a deal to trade in their own currencies, ditching the U.S. dollar as an intermediary. The Brazilian government said Wednesday Beijing's latest salvo against the almighty greenback. Okay, we're in the time of these nations ditching the American dollar, U.S. dollar, okay, of this Babylonian currency, okay, which basically was the top currency for the last 100 years, okay, and Brazil, China, India, Russia, South Africa, along with other countries, are doing the same thing. They're ditching the U.S. dollar, okay? And you people over here in Great Babylon, America, majority of you have no clue how this is going to affect you, all right? And the result is hyperinflation, okay? That means the purchasing power of your currency, which is the U.S. dollar in this case, is going to take more dollars to buy a certain product. All right, for example, you will have a loaf of bread, on this date, March 29th, 2023, it'd be what, $4 or $5. The next week, the week after that, it'd be $8. The week after that, it'd be $28. So that's how hyperinflation works. Okay, the purchasing power of your currency basically goes to the intrinsic value of zero. Okay. So this is where it's all going to. These nations are dropping this U.S. dollar currency, okay? And it's going to leave a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans in a position of starvation, okay? So continuing on in this article here, ditching the U.S. dollar as an intermediary, the Brazilian government said Wednesday Beijing's latest salvo against almighty greenback. The deal will enable China, the top rival to U.S. economic hegemony, and Brazil, the biggest economy in Latin America, to conduct their massive trade and financial transactions directly, exchanging yuan for reais and vice versa instead of going through the dollar. Now remember, this is billions of billions of billions and billions of worth of how could you say value with these trades going on, man. Billions and billions of dollars, okay, but they're bypassing dollars, so you have to think billions and billions of yuan and reais, vice versa, okay, because they're bypassing the dollar, so you won't be, saying this certain product is worth a certain amount of dollars. You'd be saying certain product is worth a certain amount of yuan or reais, Even the dollar symbol is gonna be that shit gonna be phased out, man. The expectation that this will reduce costs, promote even greater bilateral trade, and facilitate investment. The Brazilian Trade Investment Promotion Agency Well, they just backed the yuan, Chinese yuan with oil. Okay. Also, it's backed by gold as well. Now the U.S. dollar is not. It was backed by gold and silver long time ago. Then it was backed by petrol. But now Saudi Arabia, was it last year? Saudi Arabia basically pulled their oil backing from America, from the U.S. dollar. So the U.S. dollar now is just basically free flowing. All right, it's just based on faith now, and all these countries are they basically lost faith in the dollar and they're ditching it. Now you idiots over here in America, you still gonna believe on that dollar until the hyperinflates to zero. And this is what's gonna cause that famine, man. Okay. And also me how about Shem Yahshua causing famine. Okay. China and Brazil's biggest trade partner with a record, see, $150.5 billion in bilateral trade last year. That's big trade, man. And they got the dollar sign. Okay. But don't see the dollar sign, see the yuan. See the yuan sign. All right. The symbol for the yuan. Okay. The deal, which follows a preliminary agreement in January, was announced after a high-level China-Brazil business from Beijing. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah, so that dollar bill, man, that's witchcraft, man. But these nations are sobering up. These nations are sobering up from Babylon, man. Let me get Jeremiah 51st chapter. 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, which is America, and deliver every man a soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her recompense. And that ultimate recompense for Babylon is thermonuclear destruction. Okay? The hopeful elect don't have to worry about fleeing out of America. We're hoping, all right, have faith that Yahushua is going to deliver us out of here. Okay? On the greatest first class ticket. Okay? We're being delivered into the so-called UFOs, man. Okay? So we ain't got to fucking buy no ticket and go on the other side of the world to escape the judgment. No, that's for these these other nations that's over here that's don't have faith, that's not Israelites. They'll say you better flee up out of here. Babylon had taken a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Okay? And that dollar bill is basically on top on the list of that wine, man, that philosophy. Okay? That dollar bill symbol. All right? That dollar bill has a lot of blood, murder, thievery, robbery, all kind of wickedness. The root of all wickedness is attached to that dollar bill symbol, man. Okay, and it made all the nations of the earth mad, man. And it made them crazy, man. Made them drunk. Okay, But now the nations are sobering up because they're dropping the dollar now. Okay, the Lord has put it in these nations' minds to go against Great Babylon, its currency, and against its way of life. All right. So we're living in that time. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. The Lord is destroying Babylon. Okay, by making its currency weak. Okay, how for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go, every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, so all these nations that's over here, that's that made when the dollar was strong. Okay, when the dollar was strong against these other currencies of the world, these other nations came over here. They was making a killing. Making all kinds of money. Real money is gold and silver, but they're making all kinds of American dollars because it was the most powerful, and sending it back to their homelands. But now, U.S. dollar's weak, and it's gonna get weaker over time. So the Lord's telling them, man, you might as well get out of here, man. Don't come back. Because there ain't nothing over here. You came over here to make money, but now the money has no value. So you might as well go back to your homeland. You already set up. You already bought everything you need. Hooked up your, the homeland. For example, like, these Moabites, these Chinese come over here and, run businesses in Jacob's hood and Israelites neighborhoods. They make all kind of money, and they send it back to China, wherever city they from, whatever province they're from in China, and they build houses and buy cars and farms and stuff with the purchasing power of the dollar. Okay, but now they're not gonna be able to do that. So there's no reason for them to be over here. Okay. Let's see. The Lord, verse 10, the Lord has brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power. In Zion are you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Verse 11, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, which are the Russians. And the Russians is basically spearheading this BRICS conglomerate of these nations they got going on here, man. Destroying the U.S. dollar. For his devices against Babylon, and the arrows are the missiles, okay? Because ultimately the Russians, along with other nations, okay, are going to shoot missiles on America and destroy it. For his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because of the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Okay? So ultimately the Lord is going to use these nations to destroy Babylon with thermonuclear missiles. All right? And all the wicked works that America has produced and pushed all over the planet Earth, that's going to be melted with fervent heat, okay, by the missiles. So that's pretty much all I got. Shalom.